Alright, I think we're up. Okay, so, hi. This is Caboose 30. Budget-friendly Caboose. No copyright intended Caboose. I mean, whichever way you want to look at it. So, and what I am doing is I had started a career with whatever this stupid icon is. I think it's Heroes of the Industry, I don't know. I got multiple mods. Pilot overhaul conflicts with yet another mech lab, so that one's not in there. But the HUD is nice. Yet another mech lab, max weapons, compatibility pack, clan weapons. All these are super nice. And on one hand, I definitely understand the argument that if you have to mod your game to be good, then your game isn't good. But on the other hand, I mean, this game is so extensive compared to just about any other MechWarrior game ever. Like, it covers the entire inner sphere. It has so many mechs. It has melee combat, which to the best of my knowledge has never been done in a MechWarrior game before, ever. The only close exception would be knockdowns in MechWarrior 3, 4, and very temporarily MechWarrior Online. Excuse me, my cat wants outside. Anyway, on one hand, yes, some of the detractors have pointed out the shortcomings of this game, and they are very valid shortcomings. AI isn't exactly great. They could have done more with the customization system. I mean, there's a lot of things they could have done differently, but probably their smartest decision was opening it to modders straight out of the gate like they did. Because then their shortcomings could be addressed by people with the knowledge and potentially too much time on their hands faster than the company itself could address them. Okay, that catapult has way too many missile tubes. Oh, hey Jackson. I am legit surprised that somebody's tuned in. So the music that's playing in the background is it's a synthwave mix by on a channel called Jason Sky, S-K-Y-E, and it's called Revival. And the dude's a big, a professed BattleTech and MechWarrior fan, so he specifically made this mix to go with playing MechWarrior. Just right off the bat, you get the extra Phoenix Hawk and the extra pilot. So this stream is just kind of, like I said, it's just a bench test. And you can't have a good MechWarrior game without your aim fluid. Man, that is. Anderson Valley Brewing Company, salted caramel porter, aged just 6 months in bourbon barrels. My Exo Defaulto would be pissed. Dude hates brews aged in bourbon barrels. Yeah, you know what? 5 tons over, I'll take the hit.
The IPS may have their salvaged hatchet men, but they currently don't have the means to repair and refit them. Our mission here is a straight-up smash and grab to rob them of these supplies. We'll move on the facilities marked on your HUD, collect our clients' needed components, and then get out of there before the rest of the Arcturan guards can respond. Be careful, Commander. Although we took out a full lance of them, the Arcturan guards reportedly still have 2 more lances worth of hatchetmen active in their roster. Be sure to approach each facility with caution, as those lists can do serious damage, of course.
Because you know they're all going to fucking show up at the same time.
I've got vehicles in sight.
Screw it. Guys, you're going the wrong way if you're supposed to be following me.
We're heading that way, sir.
Commander. Target acquired.
That's kind of what I mean.
Commander's target, now! Tango eliminated.
Target acquired. Critical.
Target
Hi,
is
bastard.
done.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Yes, the Horsemen doing things. Wow, towards the end right now.
Target destroyed.
Ouch.
Critical. Target acquired.
That was ouch.
Go smoked.
Target
detected asset. Move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure.
Would it be this giant shaft with green light like
That's
that?
close enough. Ready to start pickup operation. The more ballistics, the merrier.
Alright, next. Not reasons yet. Quiet compared to the game sounds. Okay. Good to know. Sound. We'll see if that's better. Yeah, this game is actually kind of loud, but it's really hard for me to judge my relative volume. Well, my life is going
Target destroyed.
Next.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
Nine.
Target down.
I'm also not being very loud either, so.
Always good to restock on ammo.
Generally not a super loud person by nature. I was telling somebody else the other day. If you ever hear me yell, it's very likely that someone's about to die. So what does keep happening to me in this game, that I'm baffled as hell trying to figure out why, is the arms will randomly lock. Now, if I hold the left key, hold the left shift key, it unlocks the arms. But I never hit it to lock them in the first place. Can't I hit it? So I don't know why they keep locking.
That one.
So if I go into the menu here and say, okay, enable arm lock, apply. Yep. The arms are unlocked. It's shift key and they're locked. Doesn't make any fucking sense. And then give it about 5 minutes and it'll flip lock. They'll be locked again. I'm gonna go in there, untoggle the arm lock, and it'll be unlocked.
Add one more to my kill count.
Black, that's not good.
Target destroyed.
I don't like that cannon. Although I'm mildly curious if I can jump in front of that.
treasure to pick it up. That's the last of our clients' needed supplies. Time to pull out before the rest of the Arcturan guards converge on our position. Get a move on it, Commander.
The rest of you chumps, stay behind here.
Jump jet fuel low.
Just gotta be there before they take out my blackjack.
Target acquired.
Oh, you fuck.
Victory is ours, Commander. Prepare for evac.
Yeah, I haven't modified. I have modified the other controls. I haven't modified that one, but the thing is, it'll randomly permanently lock to arms. Like that toggle that I just enabled in the menu. Now, if I launch into another game, I'll have to untoggle it for the arms to be free. And then if I launch into the next game, I'll have to toggle it for the arms to be free. Have not been able to figure out what the deal is. If I remember rightly, we need 5 parts to be able to construct them. Beam lasers are good. Especially since I just lost one. Good too. Not really feeling the machine guns or small lasers, but no power damage, good. Yikes. Hey, I got a hatchet man and a hatchet. Yay. Go to down here. Yeah, it's super bizarre. Like so many other problems I have, apparently I'm the only one that has this problem. Like ever. So, you know, do with that information what you will. How do you do? Awesome medium laser, and that's about it. Yikes. $250,000 on him. More on me. I don't really like machine guns. We're gonna get rid of those. I don't even see where they put the machine gun ammo. Oh, there it is. Want to repair all. I should leave this with 2 open shots, right? Right. This is actually maxed out. The head is not. The arms are not. That needs to change. Ton and a half to play with. Keep sinking. Please. This is a half ton. Head is a terrible thing to waste, my friends. Yeah, Unreal Engine is pretty sturdy and stable for the most part, but when it goes wonky, man, it is wild. Alright, the rest of those are good enough for now. So let's take a look at our equipment. Well, next. hatchet with like little things on the end, like you find on an excavator. Really? Okay. Take one of those. Have any ammo for it? Yeah, Inferno. This thing has Inferno SRMs in the game with one of the what you call it mods. It's kind of fantastic and frightening. Okay, so there's that. Should have it here somewhere. Salvage assembly. I have 2 out of 5, so I need another 3 to build one of those. Sorry, boss. Okay. Got a paltry $2 million right now. Cannot buy anything better at the moment. Alright, fine. Difficulty rating here. Even higher? Oh, Lord. The last one almost killed me. Guess we'll go back here. Yeah, one of the things that really blows my mind about this game is that whole transportation jumping sequence is so stuttery. I've got a Ryzen 3950X, you know, so 16 core processor, 32 gigs of 3600 mega transfers RAM, Samsung Evo 870 SSD, and smart memory access enabled, which means that the well, that part of that could be placement of my microphone too. So let me play around with that real quick. Like I said, I don't have a good what do you call it, sounding of how my volume compares to everything else. So give me just a minute here. And no, you're not bugging me. This is exactly why I'm doing this. So I have all the settings ironed out ahead of time when I get other people in on this game. Okay. So there should be a way to boost the mic volume in this thing. Properties. That is a window that is almost my entire desktop with a single check mark in it. Nice. Now the mic volume appears to be all the way up, and this is a problem I've had with Windows 10 and 11 forever, is that the mic volume settings suck. They essentially don't really work. No track objective. Goes in need part 3. Difficulty of some skulls. That's still not repaired yet. Timeline. Next event. Yes. You. That's better. Not go to the right place. Yeah. Brain, get with it. I want you to go there. Is this my current system? Yeah. I don't know why I'm getting so confused on this game, but I actually want to launch the mission. So, yeah. View system. So where are we actually? We're right here. Okay, yeah, I moved the mic about, not super close, probably about 4 or 5 inches closer to me. It was kind of got pushed back a little bit on my desk and I hadn't realized it. Let me adjust this pop filter I got up here. Yeah, this is not the most exciting stream, getting things ironed out, but you know what, it has to be done. I'd much rather do it now when it's just me and a couple of viewers that haven't gotten used to this yet than, you know, a week or a month or whatever from now when I got lots of people watching that are going to get bored to tears. Alright, contracts. Those in need. Difficulty 20. Blah blah blah. Okay, continue. There we go. I don't know why it wasn't giving me that option earlier, that or I was just like not seeing it. Alright, we want one for C-bill and we want all the salvage. And this time we're not over ton. Yay us. Oh, nice. Yeah, I loved Mech Commander and Mech Commander Gold especially when they came out, but man, Hairbrained Scheme's BattleTech is like the Airstream. Yeah, Hairbrained Scheme. Sorry, it's been a long week. Their BattleTech, yeah, see the arms are locked again. So now I go in here and unlock it. And now they're unlocked. Anyway, Hairbrained Scheme's BattleTech is like the best representation of tabletop BattleTech I've seen on a computer so far. Mech Commander was good, it was a little too oversimplified. But it was fun. And I loved all the animations that they put into it, how much thought they put into it. Like, yeah, so you don't have like LRM 20s or 10s or 15s or anything like that. You just have the LRM rack, and if you want an LRM 20, you put 4 of them on the mech. It kind of makes intuitive sense, even if it's quote unquote not the way the game works. When they got into the lasers and the autocannons is when it started getting a little too divergent for me on some cases. But at the same time, it's like, you know what?
If you find the acquisition, just walk up to it.
It doesn't need to be that specific to be fun.
I'm showing nothing on scopes that
But
can be identified as
BattleTech,
our targets.
Hairbrained Schemes,
We'll have to move
BattleTech,
on to the
and
next
BattleTech
point.
Advanced were like, the BattleTech Advanced mod were amazing. LRM Locust and you are a fucking moron who deserves to die. I'm not even moving out of the way to lose it right now. I'm sorry. Feel insulted. You deserve it.
Positive visual on the target, Commander. I've marked it on your tac screen.
Sorry, Mr. Crane Operator, but you ain't getting that one back. LRM 10. Okay. That. Commando? Alright, this is the same difficulty as the last mission, and this just has a commando on it. The last one had 6 mechs. Oh, there's the blackjack, that's better.
Engage commander's target.
Not landing on me. Certainly tried though. MechWarrior 5 is a really good translation of tabletop BattleTech and actually MechWarrior PC Arena and other gaming consoles. Because they slowed down the action, but still kept it representative of the game. So like your weapons don't cycle crazy fast like they have in other MechWarrior games, basically things like that. So you have a little bit more time to think and react and it gives you more of an air of, you know, being super put together and knowing what you're doing.
Hostile spotted. Engaging.
Alright.
Copy.
A
Commander
third
target
mech?
is our
Or a
target.
fifth mech, actually. That's just guys just not playing fair. Oh yeah. Your armor is gone now. I need that leg too. Alright, that's one leg.
Battle mech kill for me.
That's the other one.
Target acquired.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's... I mean,
Add one more to my kill count.
sometimes it's about the rule of cool. Sometimes it's just about having fun. And I feel like when it comes to the tabletop translations of BattleTech...
Target
Oh,
acquired.
shit.
Unable, Commander.
That's a catapult.
Copy. We're on it, sir.
That was not in the mission write-up. I'm gonna see if I can salvage him because it's the C4 variant without much in the way of close-up weapons. But oh boy, is that gonna be tricky. My other guys can keep him busy while I this out. Alright, that's one leg. Yeah, punch him in the face. Forgot what tangent that was. Want that leg.
Got our target. Nicely done. Now
Ow.
let's pack it in before their friends arrive.
Target
Friends done been here.
Taken out. Mission complete. Now, get back to the OZ and we'll get you out of here.
target acquired.
Rule of cool and being fun. Like, Mech Assault, for instance. I actually haven't played it, but as I understand it, Mech Assault basically was super arcadey and absolutely nothing. Like, it pulled external things from the source material, like how the mechs look,
On the
Assassin.
Commander's target.
and that kind of thing. It didn't really follow the rules of the game or anything like that. But it was fun. Everyone I've talked to that played Mech Assault said it was fun. And a lot of people said that their favorite missions were the elemental missions. I mean, again, fun. So, if it's a fun game, it uses the name, regardless of how closely it adheres to the source material, it's a good game. There's a lot of what, without wanting to get into a long exposition here on, you know what the problem is these days? A lot of people that play games today are looking for things to be outraged about. And it's like, it's a game, dude. You like it, you don't like it, move on. Okay, 3.3 million now. That's a little better. Only about $300,000 worth of damage this time around instead of, 900,000. Is there a closer industrial quarter here? There is not. Let me go to sedate then. Okay, no we're not. I don't feel like we can keep going with that shit. We're gonna jump out of system to lower the price, repair our shit, and then come back and kick more people's teeth in. Yeah, I was talking about BattleTech games last night when I was playing MW with some of my pilots. MechWarrior 1, the old DOS version, Came out in 1989. It was a MechWarrior game. What they were able to do with their constraints was nothing short of remarkable. So if you frame it through that lens, it was a good game. Crescent Hawk's Inception. It was the first time someone actually tried to do RPG Battletech in DOS. They didn't have the budget to really flesh it out the way it deserved, but for what it was, again, framed through the lens of that era, it was a good game. Crescent Hawk's Revenge, that game was mind-blowing. Even with the limited budget and framing it through games of the era. Oh, wow, here's an easier system. We're going there. Fuck that. It was still a really good game. Because it was dynamic. Like, it was... So for anybody who hasn't played the Crescent Hawk's Inception, it was a top-down, third-person view Battletech game. Like, you were telling the individual units where to go and what to do, but the AI and the pilots of those units made the ultimate decision of how hot to run their mechs, whether to use jump jets, whether to run, walk, whatever. The limited AI at the time made those decisions. But one of the really groundbreaking things that I hadn't seen any games of that era do was that, like, say you there's a couple back-to-back missions in the Draconis Combine. So, Jesus, again? What the fuck's wrong with these people? Start map. Here. There are a couple back-to-back missions in the Draconis Combine, and it was mostly you fighting infantry and tanks. Number one, infantry in a Battletech game, like a third-person, you know, real-time or turn-based strategy Battletech game, has... Mech Commander's the only one I've ever seen do it. And even then, that's elemental, so that's still kind of sketchy if you can really call it infantry. They had infantry, they had tanks, they had mechs, they had gun emplacements, walls, terrain, all that shit. And how many units you killed in one mission determined how many units were there on the next one, which was awesome. Alright, so that was really cool. And yeah, the graphics weren't nothing to look at, but they actually had simulated speech in the game. So your pilots, your mechs, would actually check in, and you'd hear them check in, which was, I mean, yes, it was early 90s synthesized DOS voices, but, oh, there are no missions here, it's just a black market. No wonder no missions are popping up. What's the difficulty of this place? Recommended reputation 5 to 8, -4. I think I can get by. First, let's see what's on this here black market. So it was just a really cool game. And then what was the? I feel like there's one more in that trinity of BattleTech games, but I can't think of what it is. Anyway, Jackson wants to know what my favorite clan is. I don't really have one, per se. I don't really like the clans. I mean, never mind the whole good versus evil thing. But it was more of once I learned a little bit more about what they were all about, it's like, alright, yeah, that's kind of stupid and also terrible. If I was forced to pick one, it would be a very close tie between the Ghost Bears and the Nova Cats. Ghost Bears because they are, I think, the most humane, flexible, and innovative of most of the clans. and I'll cite the example of how they won a planet through a football game, American football game, as an example. Yeah, according to lore, this is factually correct. I don't remember what the name of the planet was, but it was a small backwater little planet, didn't have any real defenders to speak of, because they didn't have any mech defenders, they had some infantry, some tanks. They're like, all right, well, we'll challenge them to a football game, and they won't know what to do with that. Well, as it turns out, Ghost Bears fucking love football, and they had not just their own team, but multiple fucking rosters of their own star football players. And they were all elementals. So, while the planet defenders were steadily getting their asses handed to them by Ghost Bear elementals playing football, the planetary leader quietly gave the keys to the planet over to the invading clan commander. But nobody got hurt. Well, I mean, okay, probably some concussions, broken bones, that kind of thing. Nobody died. A lot of the clan origin stories are actually pretty fascinating. I do think you're right, though. So this guy Fellner in the chat, reading along, said that he remembers rightly. The couple that founded the clan were lost in the woods and got rescued by a bear and named the clan after him. I believe that's mostly correct. There's probably some minutiae in there that adds to it. But yeah, the clan Ghost Bear is one of the few clans that has legit family units. And I don't mean like your typical married mom, dad, son, daughter, whatever, but like they still have genetically engineered true-born warriors and elementals and such. But they behave as a family. Family ties, familiar ties are viewed as very important in clan Ghost Bear. So they were the easiest for anybody from the inner sphere to integrate with, and vice versa. Novacat.
We are in fully run installation. Stand down and identify yourself.
Novacat, the reason why I say them is because they are some of the more open-minded of the clans. And I'll just cite the fact that they use peyote in their rituals as an example, and we'll go with that.
Identified. Bring it down. Leave nothing left for them to salvage.
Oh boy, they're going to salvage me if I don't take this guy out of the Clan Novacat, they are visionaries in sometimes a literal fashion. Like they will starve themselves and go on vision quests. They will do things like peyote or other similar hallucinogens and mind-altering drugs for vision quests. I kind of liken them in some ways to like Space Native Americans. They placed a huge emphasis on not just following doctrine and whatnot, but also listening to your instincts. In fact, there's a book that's one of my favorite books called Impetus War. I believe it's written by Blaine Pardo. I can't remember off the top of my head. Bear. Nope. Pushed the fire button one too many times. Where the guy, Lauren Jeffrey, uses, god damn it, uses that against, he's fighting the Smoke Jaguars and they realize they're massively outclassed because, go figure, the intel's wrong. And so he uses the more esoteric qualities of Novacats and exploits them against the Smoke Jaguars by going out there and pretending to be Smoke Jags and attacking the Novacats. And the guy had a vision saying that he was going to be attacked by a never before seen enemy and that he needed to follow that enemy wherever it went. So he did. And if he hadn't done that, About a third of the Northwind Highlanders were wiped out in canon. And it's a really well written book. It's one of my absolute favorites. There's a fight on a space station, like not in the space station, actually on the outside of the space station. And one of my favorite scenes is for marine actions and boarding actions, the clans like to use elementals because they have their own jetpacks, life support, armor, and weapons. They're kind of a one-size-fits-all scenario or solution for that problem. So because they like to use elementals, and Lauren had been studying clan tactics, he went with only mechs. And he came up with a Myomer tether to be welded to the hull of the space station. So he's against one mech and 5 elementals in his own one mech, or his own 2 mechs. So they're matched 2 points according to clan doctrine. So he manages to unseat the other mech and send it kind of careening out into space. And then the elementals jump on his buddy that's in a Masakari. So he tells the guy just jump straight off. So he jumps off the hull of the space station, headed towards outer space. Now it doesn't have jump jets, so he just physically jumped. Sends 80 tons careening away from orbit, and then he sends a charge, heavy electric charge to the Myomer tether, which contracts and whiplashes them back into the space station and sends 3 elementals flying into space and crushes the other 2 underneath them. Which, as tactics go, is fucking brilliant. Why won't you die? That's better.
Oh my god! Someone help us! We're taking heavy damage! We won't survive this onslaught much longer!
Yeah, sorry, lady.
Affirmative. Commander target is now priority.
Alright, I'm gonna write some. Desert planets. Do not like, do not want. You no longer run over tanks? Stepped on this guy like 4 times. Jesus Christ, die!
Component destroyed!
I got my own problems here. This fucking tank won't die. Alright.
Can't target that.
Yeah, fuck off. Yes, you can.
Target acquired.
Learn 20 carrier. Alright. Die in a fire. Okay, they definitely changed how tanks work in this game, because they are not nearly
Just a
pushovers
wee
as they
bit more,
once.
Commander. This complex is on the verge of collapse.
Critical. Critical.
Alright, let's find some more buildings to walk through while I cool off. There's one. Here's another one. building. Nice. Twofer.
New target Panther.
Copy. Commander target is
Holy
on
fuck,
target.
where are all these guys coming from? This is mech number 5. I think our army intelligence is full of intelligence.
Another mech kill for me.
Okay, that just sounds creepy.
Target acquired.
Yeah, I do want them.
Critical.
Yeah, see, you used to be able to step on them. And clearly that does nothing anymore. There is an option to reduce the health in this mod of tanks, but I got tired of them just basically being bullet sponges. If they're going to be in the game, I want them to actually serve a purpose.
Offline.
Oops, my bad. I just didn't realize they would be quite that tough.
Critical.
Mission complete, Commander.
Yay, get us the fuck out of
I expect our
here
employer to be very satisfied with this result.
before that
Head to the
spider
Eva
shows
point
up.
for extraction.
Really? An AC-5 turret right there, and your ship gunner can shoot it.
That's it, Commander. I've confirmed with the IPS that we have satisfied the terms of our contract on this mission. Now let's get out of here before the Arcturian guards come in force.
Now, if you were to talk about my favorite, let's see. I don't know if they took the locals as bondsmen. I think they just quietly changed Planet's hands and just it was a low-level manufacturing world, if I remember rightly, and I think they just kind of changed the hands of the planet and let things keep going on. They just changed the address on the boxes. Instead of going to the Combine, they went to Clan Ghost Bear after that. Which, as takeovers go, is probably the way to do things. Because if you're depending on your workforce for shit, you don't want to disrupt the hell out of their lives. Maybe we'll take a trebuchet part. A little bit more ammo. I got plenty of fucking heat sinks, but I guess for one share, we're gonna take the things worth the most money and then sell them. Oh hey, the playlist finished. Whew. No money. I would have rather had the cash than the parts. Oh, what time we got here? Well, it's almost 10 o'clock here, local time. We're going to take the next playlist called Solaris 7, which is has a very good representation of a non-copyright infringement panther on the face of it, which I will share in chat because it's awesome. Those in need part 5. Jesus Christ, you guys certainly need a lot. Alright, fine. I'm going back to bullshit missions for a little while. Graceland. Let's have a layover here first to repair shit, and then we'll go to Graceland. This is kind of a novel experience for me because I've never really live streamed in. Well, let me take that back. I was an online radio DJ back in the day when that was a thing. So the early 2000s, like 2000 through 2003, 2004. And it was a direct connect stream. You know, back in the day when you had to have the actual IP address of the stream you wanted to listen to. So I haven't done any kind of streaming since then. So this is kind of a novel experience for me. And that was back in the IRC days, too. Graceland, here we come. So it's kind of a weird mix of something familiar with, well, something not. Now, if I stream MW5 in Discord at the same time that I stream it here, oh, yeah, double stream. How about that? Online. Nice. But it should be all good, right? Right. Sweet. Forgot I have a hatchet man now. Mr. Javelin, I think you're gonna go into cold storage. Yep, Mr. Locust, I think you are too. And we'll keep the spider out. Keep the commando out. We're going to get rid of the blackjack, give us the Phoenix Hawk. Life will be wonderful. View transmission. No. Contracts. Yeah, I know how contracts work, thank you. Now Spirita likes us. I am definitely not doing the 4-mission operation. So one thing I've noticed with OBS is there's no real way for me to see how many people are actually tuned in right now. Conor Murphy has no neck. What's the hatchet man got on it? That's pretty good. Tell you what. You don't have a mech. Why don't you take mine? Well, this is just reinforced on large laser. 80 lasers? Holy shit. Heat log. Hatchet man. Take over this. I need some good paint scheme for the Horsemen here. Too not original enough. Okay, that's kind of weird. I don't think the paint's supposed to be moving. Later, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Let's switch things up a little bit here. This needs to be black. This needs to be orange. Brighter orange. And this needs to be blue. There. Apply all. Select all. Apply. True story. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Actually, no, I've been at this for about an hour. That's really all I was intending to do for tonight. Just to get things kind of felt. Yeah. Kind of feel things out. See how well this is going to work. Make sure that my scheme wasn't too harebrained. So, yeah, mission accomplished there. I'm gonna call it good. So I don't know how many people actually tuned in, and I have to see if I can find a way to figure that out. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. I wonder if it tells me in YouTube Studio. Just for shits and giggles here. 10 views, 3 likes, no comments. Does that mean 10 people watched? Whatever. I'll figure it out later. Anyhow, yeah, everybody that tuned in, however many there were, thanks. Thanks for interacting. Thank you for helping me kind of feel things out and get it fine-tuned. I call this a win. So, this is Caboose 30, and until next time, maybe I'll see you on the battlefield.